everyone, I turned 30 today and I wanted to share some of my experiences over the last decade and just a little bit of how I'm feeling about getting another decade older. And share with you just what we're doing for my birthday this year. We are in quarantine right now for the coronavirus, so we can't really do that much. Normally I'd probably fly home and see family, or we'd go and take a vacation, but with COVID going on right now, that's not really possible. Unfortunately, where we are right now, it's currently a hot spot, so we definitely can't leave because of that. So we're just going to be staying home today, and Reed's actually at work still, but when he comes home, we're going to spend the evening together, and hopefully I'll get to take a bath and he can take the baby so I can relax a little bit. But until then, Nash and I are just going to hang out today and hopefully have a nice, peaceful, quiet birthday. I don't know, I don't feel different, honestly, and I never have. Like, when I turned 21, I didn't feel different. When I turned 18, I didn't feel different. I didn't feel different when I got married. All of those life changes where you think, oh, when this happens to me, I'm gonna feel like an adult. I'm gonna feel like I'm a new person. I'm gonna get a new lease on life. And realistically, you're still the same person, and I'm still the same person. I don't feel that much different. I have different habits now, of course, and I as a person have evolved, absolutely, but I don't really feel those changes. And I don't know, I guess that's like the great myth of life, is that once you hit certain milestones, you're gonna like have a new refreshed vision of yourself, and that just doesn't ever actually happen. I've never talked to anyone who does. I still don't feel like an adult. Occasionally I feel like an adult when I'm putting Nash down or nursing her. I feel like an adult then, but honestly, other than that, I really haven't found my way still. I don't know who I want to be when I grow up. I have an idea, I suppose, but I don't know. I guess I still feel like I'm pretending to be an adult. I wonder if that's ever going to change. Probably not. I doubt it. Probably always going to feel like I'm just pretending to be an adult. But maybe someday. Maybe when I'm like 50. See? I'm setting another one. When I turn 50, I'm going to feel like an adult. When I turn 50, I'm probably going to be like, I wish I could go to the club and drink. Oh my God. I think that the one thing that I've really learned throughout the last 30 years is that whenever I try and push back against something that's happening in my life, or whenever I try and prevent something from happening, that thing usually ends up happening. Almost every time. And I think I've learned to just go with the flow instead of pushing too hard, and take opportunities as they come instead of shying away from them because they're new and different and not quite what I wanted to do. I've definitely had a lot of issues with being uncomfortable in new situations, and I still am. I always will be. But in the past, I've missed out on a lot of opportunities, and I've missed out on a lot of growth and change in my life because I was unwilling to push my comfort zone and unwilling to push my boundaries. And I think that I say no a little too often, and that's something that I definitely want to change for the future. I also want to have less of a social media presence in the future. Not actually posting things, because I don't actually post that much on social media, but I'm an eternal scroller, unfortunately. I'd also in the future really like to continue my education. I have an associate's degree, but I'd really like to work towards a master's at some point. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. We'll see. Gosh, in the future also, I don't know if there's another child in our future or not. Reed and I haven't quite decided on that yet. Every time I look down at Nash, I think about how tiny she was, and of course those little baby emotions well up. But another one! And then she wakes me up 30 times in one night, and I think, but another one. I love her. I do. Motherhood is great, but I'd like to sleep. I would very much enjoy sleeping again, undisturbed. Someday. I think the only thing that I do know for sure about our future is that Reed is going to be my constant, Nash will be my constant, and I will be my own constant. And I think that's really the only thing that we can all do in life is rely on ourselves and know that we are, this is a quote, I don't know where it's from, but we are the change we want to see. And our day-to-day actions are what make us who we are. There was, I don't remember who it was. I'll put it right here if I figure it out when I post this video, but there was someone who was asked, it was a celebrity I think, who his hero was. And he said that his hero was himself in 10 years. And that having that vision of who he wanted to be in 10 years and who he aspired to be within 10 years was what kept him driving forward every single day towards that goal. And then he never climaxed, I guess. So a lot of times when we have a goal, so say our goal is to finish writing a book, or our goal is to get a degree. Once we've reached that goal, we kind of go, when now? And then we're at a loss because we've achieved what we thought we wanted and what we thought would be the pinnacle. And then we don't know what to do with ourselves afterwards. And that's not a good feeling. But when you're continually learning and you're continually working towards the future you and the better you in the future, it leaves you more with a sense of, or I guess the realization that it's not the end goal that's really important. It's the journey, which I guess is another way of saying be mindful in everything that you do and be aware and present. And that's definitely something that I haven't always done. I've always been looking forward too much and not enjoying the journey and where I am now. Of course, that's also while still thinking of the future. We can't just stay stagnant and only in the present. We have to make sure that there's something pushing us forward and propelling us. And for me, that's always thinking of who I want to be in 10 years and striving to try to be that person today. So for example, in 10 years from now, this isn't a true example. In 10 years from now, I want to wake up every morning and work out. Then thinking about that every single day is going to push me towards working out at least a little bit in the mornings every single day. And I might not make it every day, but eventually I'll get there. That habit will be formed. For me, it's in 10 years, I'm going to write at least 1,200 words every single day. So right now, I try and push for that every single day in the hopes that I'll be able to make that future dream of being a published author true. And Nash just woke up. So I'm going to end this portion right here. So many cupcakes. Oh, these look so good.